Catherine Cisneros, Artistic Director. As Urban 15's co-founder and artistic director, Catherine Cisneros has taken her company to several international festivals in Mexico and Peru and participated in the inauguration parades of President Obama in 2009, President Bush in 2001. We'll ask her about that afterwards, and President Clinton in 1997. She studied in the art department of the University of Texas at Austin in the 1970s, and later in the University of Houston sculpture department under James Searles, and dance department under Jennifer Mitchell. She is an established dancer, drummer, and visual artist who has exhibited throughout Texas and Mexico. She was awarded the Artist Foundation of San Antonio 2013 Costume Design Award. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and the only Catherine Cisneros.
I'm so short, I can't reach that. Hey, everybody. I think I need your help because I am not a public speaker. My mouth plays tricks on me, but I am a maker, I'm a doer, I'm an imagineer. Imagineer, like a musketeer, an imagineer. So this is how you can help me. If you like an image I'm showing you, can you please say, ooh? Can you do that? Can you say, ooh? Okay. And if my mouth trips up, which it will, and I'll start shaking because I'm not a public speaker, I have a can of beer right here. Tell me to take a swig. All right? Tell me to take a swig, all right? And maybe I should do that right now. Okay, here we go. No, first, consider perception as an act of creativity. Creativity as an act of perception. Gesture as an alternative structure. Okay, here they are. Gravity explorations. These are angel wings, tension gravity structures held up by their own weight. These are huge. This is 70 feet. The problem I was trying to solve was I wanted to make giant things, but I wanted them to fold up and be put away in a box. I made fields of these to be seen from space. Next, gravity studies with weight displacement and movement. You see this big block of ice? It was summer, connected through pulleys, 2 weights. The entire room moved. Every day I had to change out the blocks. I had dry ice too. It was hot and it was beautiful. Okay, winter time. This is string ostinato. It was actually inducing patience. I made giant candles, of course with scent. It was a geometric structure through pulleys, 2 weights. It took a whole week for this to move, but by the end it was totally biomorphic. Here are the kinetic sets. Sylvia Plath, this is 1982. Steve Bailey was the director, if you remember Steve. This was completely kinetic. 3 actresses, they could move, they could jump in this, they could swing in it. It was really a lot of fun. This is 24th Street Experiment. All right, and then I started connecting the shapes through pulleys to dancers. And we danced, and this is the hall we danced in. It was Beethoven Hall. That's Sandy Dunn, my buddy, myself, and George Cisneros, my husband. We all danced that. Then the poems to Elacatl. Elacatl is the Aztec wind god. And these were dances that we did on rooftops, in places we shouldn't have been. Oh, was that fun? And there were lots of sculptures that were dealing with the wind. The wind, you don't see it unless there's something to make it evident. Now this, a shaft of light, that's what they gave me. This is a structure that is held up completely by weight. Of course, it was a duet with my husband, music video, and tension structure. This was 2002. Okay, here we go. So the Flambeau Commission calls us and says, what can you do that's fantastic? Of course, music and dance. So 30 years of this. And there was nothing like this before we started Carnaval de San Antonio. All ages, all sizes, all abilities. Before this, the Flambeau was military, high school, and beauty queens, or the princesses and the queens. Every year was a different theme. This is We the People. I had a year of water. I had mermaids, giant fishes. We've had a number of, this is the toys, the year of toys. We had wind-up ballerinas and toy soldiers. Of course, I painted everybody's faces. Those are the pinwheel costumes, the baby dolls, and pure joy. The crowd is waiting for us to see what we look like. Oh, the years of space, we made the entire solar system on our backs. And then at some point, I realized we're in the dark. What am I doing making fabric pieces? Let's just make lights, everything in lights. So this is an incredible vision coming down the street, all lit. And the reason we started doing this was Luminaria. Of course, my husband was part of the beginning of it. He actually named Luminaria, and we were part of it from the beginning. We were making lit costumes, performances, even sculptures, even laser shows. It was such a huge impact on the artists in San Antonio. And here's the inauguration, 2009. This is Obama. The most impressive thing of that was we actually got the Obamas, Michelle and Barack, to dance as we came by, as we blessed them in our dance. And then that night, Jon Stewart, Daily Show, he said, what's the deal with these people from Texas with the aluminum stars? Okay, I think I need a swig. Dia de los Muertos, Dia de los Santos. We have been performing every year for over 20 years. This is a living altar. This is very personal. We dance in sacred places. We perform for our heritage, for our families. This is not commercial, and it means a lot to us. It's becoming commercialized, and it's rather frightening to us. But we take a lot of pride in this. All right, this is personal solo work. This is Christopher Janney's light of passing at the airport. And we were part of the team that helped install it. And that first year we said, hey, wait a minute, it's the summer solstice, let's go perform. So every year for, quite a while we've been performing there. Of course, there's a lot of children's work, and we're performing music, dance, and of course, whimsical costumes in the courts for 7 years, in the schools, in community centers, and fun, lots of fun. Okay, I finally did it. I'm making moving costumes. It's not gravity anymore. I have dancers in costumes, and they move. This is so exciting. This is the new work. So I have butterflies. I have all kinds of flying creatures. This is 4 weeks ago at Art Pace. I was given for the Common Currents, I was given the year 1763, San Antonio, the most beautiful in New Spain. The grass is as high as a horse's chest, and the fireflies a sight to behold. So I have lit fireflies that are moving. And this is it. This is Lucia in the fairy garden. So I figured out how to make inflatable sculptures. So I've captured El Acatl just for a little bit. And these are all moving costumes. And this is the present work. Come and see us perform Lucia in the fairy garden. And again, I want to say, consider perception as an act of creativity, creativity as an act of perception, gesture as an alternative structure. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Catherine. Would you like a swig before I interrogate you? So, 2001, the Bush administration, what possessed you? Clearly, you've been to Obama, you've been to Clinton, but you went to Bush.
Well, that was quite an experience, and we had quite a discussion about it, because when the president calls, you do not refuse. But we went and we saw what was going on the street. There were so many protests. There were people running down the street half naked with signs painted on them. And during the parade, all the Texas people were booed because of the protests. But when we came out, they were saying, "What the heck? What is this?" We were in Art Deco skirts that were big flat discs, and people applauded us. So the power of visuals, the power of music, the power of dance can transcend politics.
Mm-hmm. And the power of local. I think it's extraordinary that as a local artist, that you're true to what you do, you love what you do, and you brought it to a national stage, and you brought it to even maybe the other side. You brought it to the dark side and made sure that we were seen, that we were noticed, and that we did blend into what was happening at the time. You made us stand out.
I think the most important thing that we have done is our philosophy of inclusion, because we open our doors, anyone can come in, we teach music, we teach dance, and we all know how the hierarchy of music and dance is. The doors are closed, but our philosophy of inclusion is what has made a difference.
Break the doors down?
Yeah.
And how long have you been breaking the doors down in San Antonio?
I think about 45 years.
Yes, because you have a portrait in your attic and you're forever young. Indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, Catherine Cisneros.